welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Love to have you join me. I do cooking videos on Monday, alternate videos on Thursday, and my husband and I live full-time in the RV. We travel job to job, so we never know where we're going next. We love that part of it. So today, for Menu Monday, I have you guys 4 new recipes, 3 of which were in the crock pot. I am leaning to the crock pot now because I can get it done in the morning and then do other things, and dinner's already ready by the time I get started. So I just got a new one. Don't think you're going to see it in this video, but look out for that next week. It's absolutely wonderful, and I'm going to do a video on it Thursday of next week. So anyway, without further ado, let's get cooking. Okay, the hamburger stew, quick, easy, and it tastes delicious. Now this can be done on the stovetop. I just happen to be using the Instant Pot, but not as a pressure cooker. So the first thing I did is I cut up the onion and put it in there, and then I'm going to add the meat and we're going to get all that cooked. While that's cooking, I'm going to cut up all the vegetables. We're adding some canned tomatoes, which obviously I don't need to cut, carrots, celery, potatoes, and then we'll add in some other ingredients in just a moment. Now we're going to add everything to the cooked meat and onions. That's our tomatoes. We're going to mix that in. I wanted to get all the little brown bits off the bottom of the pot. Okay, now our vegetables, water, little rice, and some salt and pepper. Now you want to bring this to a boil. And once it's boiling, you're going to reduce the heat and then cover and simmer for 30 minutes until your vegetables and rice are tender. Then you uncover it for 30 minutes until it thickens up, and then everything's ready. I paired this with some biscuits. It was delicious and very easy. Definitely give it a try. So this is one of my new favorites. It was so easy and so delicious. It's a low country boil in the crock pot. I have done one in the Instant Pot. That too is very good if you're in a hurry. This takes about 4 hours. First thing you do is put in your potatoes. It says to cut them up, but I bought the little baby ones, so I just put them in whole. They'd already been cleaned and they cook perfectly. And then to cut up your 4 ears of corn. As you'll see, I decided that that was too much. We needed 2 ears of corn, 4 halves for just Big Daddy and I. So it just depends how many you're feeding and how big your crock pot is. Okay, now we're going to melt 1 stick of butter. To that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of Old Bay, 2 teaspoons of garlic. Mix that up and pour it on top of the corn and potatoes. We'll cook this on high for 4 hours. Halfway through, you add in 1/2 cup of chicken broth, which I didn't film, and then I added my sausage. The original recipe didn't call for sausage, but every low country boil I've ever had does, so I added that with the chicken broth at the halfway point. 30 minutes prior to the end of cooking time, you're going to add in your shrimp. And that's 2 pounds here, peeled and deveined. And then it was all done. Smelled the house up. It was wonderful. And then I dished up dinner. This was easy peasy. I mean, we're used to doing it outside on an open flame down south, but this was really, really good. I hope you give it a try. My daughter sent me this recipe. This is a taco queso chicken, or should I say queso chicken taco. And the first thing you do is spray the slow cooker and then put your chicken in. We're going to sprinkle 1 package of taco seasoning on top of the chicken. We're going to mix a 1/2 cup of chicken broth, and I make my own with the bouillon, so I'm going to mix that first. With 1 can of Rotel, or I have the Great Value equivalents. And then we're going to pour that on top of the chicken. And then we're going to cook this on high for 4 to 6 hours. Mine was done in 4, so just check your chicken. After that, you're going to drain the juice off, which is awesome because I don't like running taco ingredients. So I used a soup ladle and I got as much out as I could, which was almost all. now going to shred the chicken with 2 forks. And then we're going to add the queso, which is a 3/4 cup. I just sort of guessed. And we used the rest of it on our tacos. I did soft and hard taco shells. This was so good. My daughter actually called the night I fixed this, so she was able to know how much I loved it. So we'll definitely be putting this back on rotation. This is what it looked like. We just used tongs to take it out. You can use whatever toppings you like. I did lettuce, tomato, cheese, sour cream. You can use whatever you enjoy. And here are your ingredients. So last week I did a baked ravioli in the oven, and this week I'm going to do what they call ravioli casserole, which is done in the crock pot. So this is done with cooked Italian sausage. So I cook that first, and then we basically layer. We start with the tomato sauce, then the ravioli. Make sure that's all leveled out. Then add half the sausage. And then you repeat. I apologize. You're going to add your mozzarella cheese, and then you're going to repeat these layers until you've used everything up. Alright, so now that everything's used up, we're going to put the lid on. We're going to cook this for 3.5 hours on low, or until everything's ready. And then you've got your ravioli dinner. So easy. We had ours on a Sunday while we did some chores outside. Great dinner. Here are your ingredients. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's Menu Monday and the meals that I made. They were all really, really good. Definitely try the Low Country broil in the crock pot if you've got a busy day and you want a really nice meal when you get home. All you would have to do is put in the shrimp at the end. Like I said, I did my sausage halfway through. You could probably put it in at the beginning, but it cooked pretty quickly. Well, I shall see you next Monday for another Menu Monday. You guys have a great week. If you made it to the end, see if you can find a crock pot emoji. If not, just type crock pot and I'll know you made it to the end and that you were here. Love you guys. Bye-bye.